Good morning, my 7th class students. Today we'll go with mathematics chapter called integers. Earlier we have studied in 6th class the basic concepts of what you call natural numbers, whole numbers, even numbers, odd numbers, composite numbers, right? Today we are going to deal with integers. In fact, we have already studied integers in our 6th class. So anyhow, I'll just explain the basic concept of integers, and then we'll go for these kind of things, the basics, fundamentals. This is the complete chapter we have. We have done each and every problem, exercise, try these, do these, what all present. The only thing is, see here, you can see do this on page number 7 in your textbook, as well as exercise 4, page number 10. In this way we have done it. I'll explain each and everything. First of all, I would like to go with the basic concept of integers. So what do you mean by integer? We know natural numbers, we know whole numbers, we know composite numbers. So today we are going to deal with integers. So integers are nothing but positive numbers and negative numbers, including 0. You call it as integer, and it is denoted by Z. It is denoted by Z. So here there are certain points I would like to refer. The first is this. I'll just read this so that you will come to know. I'll just counting numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on are called natural numbers. So set of natural numbers n is nothing but, see, natural numbers are denoted by capital alphabet called n. If we include 0 to the natural number, then it becomes whole number. So that is whole number when you add 0 to the natural number. So that's what, from 0, 1, 2, 3 are called whole numbers. The set of whole numbers can be represented by, so this whole number is represented by capital alphabet called W. So W is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, so on. And even natural numbers are whole number, but 0 is a whole number which is not a natural number, that is obvious. Now a number 1 is more than a given number, you call it as successor. Alright. A number 1 more than the given number, you call it as successor. A number 1 less than the given number, you call it as predecessor. You just remember this, right? Predecessor and successor. All counting numbers negative, including 0, are known as integers. So all numbers, positive numbers and negative numbers, including 0, you call it as integers. And this integer is denoted by either Z, represented by either Z or I. So this, say example, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, so on, you call it as integers. Any negative number or any positive number including 0, you call it as integer. So this is what we have studied even in 6th class also. So now we'll go with certain things. Let's see how we are going to deal with. This is very important. You have to understand this, right? Important to remember. The first thing is minus into minus is equal to plus, plus into plus is equal to plus, minus into plus is equal to minus, plus into minus equals to minus. How are you going to remember this? I'll just give you a tip. Whenever you have two same symbols minus, you get addition. See here, Similarly, here you have same symbols, plus plus, you get plus. So whenever you have same symbols, you get as plus. When you have 1 minus and 1 plus, see here 1 plus 1 minus, then you get always minus. Remember this. So whenever two same symbols you are multiplying, you get plus. Either 2 minus you becomes plus, or when you multiply 2 plus it becomes plus. But when you multiply 1 minus with 1 plus, then resultant is minus. Remember this always. So this is the main concept here. Let us now represent the numbers, integers, especially integers on number line. That is what our chapter is all about. Let us go with this. Let us go with this now. This is actually exercise 1, page number 2. Okay, this is your number line. Some integers are marked on a number line which is biggest and which is smallest. You have to identify which is bigger and which is smaller number in your textbook given this. And this is your number line, and you have here 0, right? And after 0 towards the right side you get always a positive values, and towards the left from 0 you always get negative values. So 0, after 0 towards the right side you get it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Similarly on the left hand side you get it in the negative value. So you have to find out, these are the marked value given in your textbook. You have to find which is smaller and which is greater. So the marked value are here -3 and +2. So the numbers marked are -3 and +2. So the bigger, see, always above the 0, after the 0 you consider as the bigger values. As you move on further towards the right side, you consider those values are the bigger value, and the values which are before the 0 you consider it as less values. So biggest number is obviously 2 and the smaller number is -3, because -3 is below 0, so it is smaller, and +2 is after 0 towards the right side. That's why you consider 2 as your biggest value according to this question. Now the second one is, you have here the second one. I'll just change it. Write the integers between the pairs of integers given below. Also choose biggest and smallest integers from them. This is your question given in your textbook. Write the integers between the pairs of integers given below. Here you have -5 and -10. The first one you have -5 and -10. These pair of integers given, you have to find how many integers are present in between these two pairs given. So we know on the number line, suppose this is 0, this is -1, this is -2, this is -3, this is -4, so on, -5 to -10, right? So in between -5 and -10 are how much? See, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9. These are the values between -5 and -10. So that's why the integer between -5 and -10 are -6, -7, -8, -9. Now out of this, what happened? Okay. Okay, now you see the number which is nearer to the 0 in the negative side, that is bigger compared to the number which is far from the 0 on number line in negative direction, that is left side. So here minus 1 is bigger than minus 4 because minus 4 is far from 0, therefore minus 4 is smaller value compared to minus 1. That's why we call it as minus 1 is bigger value than minus 4. When you compare between two negative values, say suppose minus 5 and minus 10, then which is bigger? Minus 5 is bigger than minus 10. Why? Because minus 5 is nearer to 0 compared to minus 10. That's why minus 5 is bigger than minus 10. Similarly, we have this integers between 3 and minus 2. We will see now between 3 and minus 2, what are the integers on the number line? Once if you draw the number line, we can easily come to know 3 and minus 2. Suppose if I draw a line where, shall I write here? This is the line. Okay, this is your 0 value, this is your 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, so on. This is minus 1, this is minus 2, this is minus 3, minus 4, so on, right? Integers between 3 and minus 2. 3, this is 3. I'll just change the color of this one pen. This is 3 and minus 2 are here. So the numbers between these two are minus 1, 0 and 1. Only 3 digits are there. So given here, that is C. You have here minus 1, 0, 1. Sorry, here given 3. So minus 1, 0, 1 and 2. So these are the value. Out of this, which is bigger? Positive value is bigger. Therefore, the biggest integer is plus 2 and the smallest integer obviously is minus 1. Similarly, we can go for all these things. Write the following in ascending and descending order. We know it already, right? How you are going to maintain ascending and descending order. Ascending means from smaller to higher value, and descending means from higher value to smaller value. So you can do this. We can go as, see here, represent 6, minus 4, 0 and 4 on number line. For that you have to draw first a number line, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on, and here towards the left side you have to write down minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and so on. You mark these values on a number line and then we can go for it. 0, write down 0. This is minus 4. Come towards the left side of the number line and write down minus 4, and plus 4 you write down here, and the 6 write down there. So this is a simple answer to this given question. Similarly, find the missing integers on number line given below. For that I have written all these things. Okay, so you draw a number line and then mark according to the question given in your textbook. Coming to the next one is more simple. The only thing is you have to understand, that is the temperature in degrees Celsius centigrade of 5 cities in India on a particular day are shown on the number line below. This is the question given, 7th one in your textbook. This is the number line. That is nothing but the temperatures are recorded on this number line on a particular day in different 5 cities. You have here Kasauli, Manali, Nainital, Ooty and Bangalore. So on that particular day, Ooty 15, it is 15 degrees less than, right, OT, 10 and 15, so it should be 14 now. See here, I'll just zoom it. I'll just zoom it here. See, OT is here, that is between 10 and 15 we have 11, 12, 13, 14. So OT is how much? 14 degrees centigrade. Similarly, Bangalore is given on this point, that is 20 degrees. And here we have Nainital. This is your 5, 6 and this is 7. So Nainital is this is 0. This is -1, -2, -3, -4 and -5. So how much Nainital having temperature? -4 degrees. Similarly, Manali, this is -5, -6, -7. So Manali is having how much? -7 degrees centigrade. You have to just write down all these things according to the question in your notes. Definitely you are going to finish it. And coming to the next one, exercise 2. In exercise 2, we have represent the following additions on number line. This is something very important. You have to understand this. Let's see how we are going to do this. I'll just take the marker. Here we have represent the following additions on a number line. 5 plus 7. The first one you have as 5 plus 7. Both are positive value. You just see here, both are positive value. So how are you going to do this when you have a positive value? Let's see. 5. This is your 5. See here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5 plus 7. So from here you have to add 7 more numbers to it. That is 5 after, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 5 plus this 7, it becomes 12. Therefore 5 plus 7 becomes 12. Similarly, go to the second one. Second one you have 5 plus 2. That is from 0, it is 5. And you add more 2 to it. That is 6 plus 1 or 7. That is nothing but how much? 7. Then go to the third one. Third one is how much? 5. This is something important. You can please see here. 5 plus of minus 2. So let us do this. 5. So from 0 you go to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you have to do minus 2. So you come back 2 numbers. That is 1 and 2. So how much it is? 3. So answer is 3 for this. Similarly, go to the next one, that is 5 plus of minus. Bracket you should tell as of. Okay. It refers to multiplication. 5 plus 5 is there. So go plus 5 from 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 marked. And you have to minus 7. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what is the answer? Minus 2. Answer is minus 2. Yes. In this way we can go, right? Further, this is something important. Compute the following. Let's see how you people are going to compute. Compute means what? You have to add the following. Compute means just making them in one. You call it as computing. Let's see. We know this is very simple one. This is second and third class of mathematics involved here. 7 plus 4 is how much? 11 given. Now here in the second one, you see here 8, I'll just write down here 8 plus of minus 3. How much it is going to be? How much it is going to be? अरे यार, this is how much it is going to be? 8. I'll write down 8 as it is. As I told you, bracket indicates multiplication. So plus into minus, plus into minus. I told you, whenever two different symbols are there, then you get resultant as minus. So minus you get it. So plus into minus is minus. What is the number here? 3. So 8 minus 3, how much? 5. This is your answer. Coming to the next one, 11 plus 3, simple, that is 14. Here 14 plus of minus 6. 14 plus of minus 6, how much? Simple, plus into minus is minus. So 14 minus 6 is nothing but 8. Now I'll just do the last one, that is 225 plus of minus 145. 225 plus of minus 125. So 225 plus into minus minus 145. So 225 minus 145, how much? 80. This is very simple as your integers class, because you people been doing since 2 years. Even in 5th class you had it. Even in 6th class you did it. Now 7th class, but a little difference. Let us represent the same computing numbers, that is integers, positive and negative numbers, on number line. Let's see. This is something interesting, but you have to understand first. So here first one is 7 minus 2. It's very simple. That is from 0 you go to 7 and then you minus 2, that is 1 and 2. So this is 5 is your answer. Next one is 8 minus of minus 7. Okay, now you see, what do you mean by this? Minus of minus 7. 8, see here, 8 minus into minus, how much? Plus. So this is your 7. 8 plus 7, how much? 15. So that is what you have to go for it. Okay, that is 8 plus 7. So from 0 it is 8 plus 7, it comes to 15. So this is what the answer is. In this way you are going to represent on number line, integers on number line. Now all these things you can do it. This is also, we already did it, but anyhow I'll just take it to 1 or 2 problems in it. You can easily understand them. So example, I'll tell you here, 80 minus of minus 50. 80 minus of minus 50 is how much? 80 minus into minus, how much? Plus. There are two same symbols. When two same symbols are multiplied, you get resultant as addition, plus. I was telling you. So plus 50. That is 80 plus 50 is nothing but 130. Let's go to this one. This is very simple. 150 minus 75. Simple. You have to take out 75 from 150. So you get it as 75. In this way we should finish this. Then it is something important. Exercise 4. Do this, page number 7. Let's see now. Into, it's very simple. See here, 2 into minus 6. 2 into minus 6. 2 into minus 6. 2 into minus 6. Here you don't have any symbol. In such case, you should consider it as addition, plus. So you should think it is positive value. So plus 2 into minus. So first you find out the relation between the symbols. Plus into minus. Plus into minus. What do you get? One is positive, another one is negative. Two different symbols. Then you get minus. Therefore, first you write down minus in answer. Then you multiply 2 into 6. 2 6 times how much? 12. In the same way this, in the same way this. Now we'll come to the fill in the blanks. It is very simple. Minus into minus becomes plus. 100 into 6 is how much? 600. Whenever you get plus, you no need to write down plus. It is understood by default. If it is minus, then you have to write down on paper. Then coming to this one, we'll see. Find each of the following products. Find each of the following products. Here, 3 into minus 1. 3 into minus 1. It is also same. Here, before 3 you don't have any symbol, so you should think it as positive. So positive into plus into minus is minus. So minus. Then minus. 3 ones are 3. That's all. In the same way you do it. I'll just explain this one because this is the series of integers here. I'll just zoom it a little bit and I'll explain so that you can understand. My God. Here, series of integers are there. You have to find the product because you have multiplication in between the integers. So it is very easy. The only thing is you have to understand, that is, see here, minus into minus plus. Plus into minus minus. Minus into minus becomes plus. Then 3 6 are 18. 18 2s are 36. 36 1s are 36. So this is your answer. It is very easy. First you multiply the symbols, then you multiply to the numbers. Okay. Let us go to the problem here. The problem is a certain freezing process required that the room temperature be lowered from 40 degrees centigrade at the rate of 5 degrees centigrade every hour. Lowered means decreasing. So a room temperature is 40 degrees centigrade, but it has to decrease 5 degrees every hour. What will be the temperature 10 hours after process begins? So after 10 hours, what is the room temperature? Initially the room temperature is 40 degrees centigrade. Every hour it should decrease 5 degrees centigrade. So how many degrees temperature, room temperature is when you count it for 10 hours? Let us see. It is very easy. At room temperature, right, at present the room temperature how much? At starting, that is 40 degrees centigrade. So the total decrease, here you see how much it is decreasing? 5 degrees every hour for 10 hours. So 5 into 10, 50. So 50 degrees it has to decrease in 10 hours. Okay, so rate of, that is 5 degrees centigrade per hour is nothing but how much? 10 into 5 is 50 degrees. So you minus, in 10 hours you have to decrease from 40 to 50. That is nothing but, from 40 minus 50 degrees is nothing but how much? Minus 10 degrees centigrade. This is your very simple. The only thing is you have to understand. Now come back to the fourth one. The fourth one is also very easy. The fourth one is also very easy. In a class text containing 10 questions, listen very carefully and try to understand first. Then only you can do the best. Otherwise, it is not possible. I'll just explain. In a class test containing 10 questions, there are 10 questions given in the test. 3 marks are awarded for every correct answer. 3 marks are awarded for every correct answer. Means if you do all 10 question answers correct, then you get it 30 marks. Minus 1 mark for every incorrect answer. Minus 1 for every incorrect answer. Suppose if you did 2 wrong answers and 8 correct answers. So 8 threes are 24 marks is your correct answers, and 2 wrong answers means minus 1, that is minus 2. So 24 minus 2 is how much? Minus 22. So this is the explanation. And 0 for questions not attempted. If you miss it, then you get 0 mark for it. That we know obviously. Let's see. Either you have to do positive or you have to do you have to do correct. Otherwise, you are going to, if you do it wrong, you are going to lose the marks. Now, Gopi scores. Here in this question, we will see. That is 5 into 3 plus 5 into minus 1 is nothing but 15 plus of minus 5 is equal to 10. So, Gopi has done 5 correct and 5 wrong. So 5 correct questions get 5 threes are 15, and remaining 5 he did it wrong. So remaining 5 means what? Minus 1 is for wrong answers. So 5 into minus 1 is minus 5. Therefore 15 he has scored from correct answers, and he lost 5 marks from his wrong answer. So 15 minus 5 is nothing but your 10. Similarly, Reshma did 7 correct answers and she did 3 wrong answers out of 10. So Reshma did 7 correct and 7 correct and 3 wrong. For 7 correct answers, she scores 3 marks for each correct answer. So 7 into 3, how much? 21 is for correct answers, and she scored minus 1 for 3. That is nothing but minus 3. So 21 minus 3, how much? 18. So this is what given here. And now Reshma gets 3 correct and 4 incorrect. Reshma gets 3 correct and 4 incorrect. So 3 plus 4, how much? 7. She left 3 questions. So she attempts 7 questions only she has attempted. Now we will see. 3 correct. 3 correct means what? 3 into 3. That is, you get it as 9, and 4 wrong. So 4 into minus 1 is minus 4. So out of 9, minus 4 for wrong answers. So she scored only 5 marks. This is very easy. Just you have to understand it and do it. Let's see. Let's go to the next one. This is also, I don't know what is happening. Okay, we'll do this now. A merchant on selling, are we correct? Yes, this is only. A merchant on selling rice earns a profit of rupees 10 per bag of basmati rice sold and loss of rupees 5 per bag on non-basmati rice. So, a merchant, when he sells basmati rice, per bag he gets a profit of rupees 10, and when he sells non-basmati rice, he gets a loss of rupees 5. The questions are, he sells 300 bags of basmati rice and 5,000 bags of non-basmati rice. For basmati rice, he will get 10 rupees per bag, and for non-basmati rice, he will lose 5 rupees as a loss on each bag. Let's see. Profit on 3,000 bags of basmati rice. That is 3,000 into 10 rupees on each bag. He is going to get a profit. So 3,000 he sold it. So 3,000 into 10 is how much? 30,000. So he got a profit of 30,000 selling 3,000 basmati rice at 10 rupees profit on each bag. Loss on 5,000 bags of non-basmati rice. Let's see, on non-basmati rice, that is, he gets a loss of rupees 5 on each bag. So 5,000 into 5 is how much? 25,000. So he lost 25,000. He gets a profit of 30,000 on basmati. He got a loss of 25,000 on non-basmati rice. So what is the profit or loss? Let's see. That is, net profit or loss is 30,000 minus 25,000 gives you 5,000 as a profit. It is positive value. Another method, net profit is nothing but 3,000 into 10 plus 5,000 into 5 minus, that you get the same thing if you write down in this way. That is 3,000 basmati rice into profit, 5,000 non-basmati rice into the margin, that is loss, minus 5. You get the same thing. 30,000 minus 25,000 is equal to 5,000. Since 5,000 there he gets as positive value, so you can consider it as profit. Let us now, in the same question, there is second bit. Second bit is in this way. See here, what is the number of basmati rice? What is the number of basmati rice bags he must sell to have neither loss nor profit? If the number of bags of non-basmati rice sold 6,400. Let's see. As there is no loss or gain, so loss on non-basmati rice, 6,400 non-basmati rice. Let's see, 6,400, how much loss he gets? 5 rupees, right? So 6,400 into 5 is how much? 32,000. And basmati rice is nothing but same, 32,000 divided by 2, how much? 3,200. So that is called that is neither loss nor profit. So he has to, when he sold 6,400 non-basmati, then he has to sell basmati quite half of it. Why? Because loss is 5 rupees here. If profit is 10, then that is half of this. No, that's why 6,400, half of 6,400 is 3,200. So he has to sell basmati rice bags 3,200 to get neither profit nor loss. This is what given here. Now similarly, the next question is this: replace the blank in an integer, make it a true statement. The first one you have minus this one, see here, this is correct only. Okay, minus into minus plus, 3 9s are 27. This is correct statements only. And this is the blanks given in the textbook. You just go through it, you will come to know. This is a very silly one. Now let's go to this one. Do this. Compute the following. Again, compute the following came here. Let's see. First one is minus 100 divided by 5. Minus 100 divided by 5. So minus 100 divided by 5. 5 ones are 5. 5 20 times 100. Therefore it should be minus 20. This is your answer. Minus 20. Minus 81 divided by 9. Minus 81 divided by 9. 9 ones are 9. 9 times it becomes minus 9. So this is your answer. Similarly this. Now see here, minus 32 divided by 2. No problem. Either minus may be in the to the dividend or to the divisor. No problem. You consider it minus itself. Suppose if you take this 125 divided by 120 minus 125. 125 divided by minus 125 is nothing but minus 125 divided by minus 25, not 125. I'll just do it here. 125 divided by minus 25. 25 ones are 25 5s are. So this minus is for the answer also. So you should write down as minus 5. This is what given here. In this way you have to do this exercise. Then this is exercise 5, page number 19 in your textbook. Let's see here. First one given 18 into 7 plus of minus 3 is equal to what? Let's see. It is asking you to verify the following. Sorry, this is actually he's asking you to find out, verify this. See, equal to this side it becomes LHS, equals to right side you have to say it as RHS. LHS and RHS. We have to verify whether LHS is equal to RHS or not. In this given, I'll just rub it once again and I'll show you. I'll rub it. I'll rub it and I'll show you. Okay. This is your LHS and this is your RHS. There is equal to sign in between. You have to first open the brackets. In bracket you have two values here. One is 7 and here you have minus 3. In between you have plus. So plus into minus is minus. So 7 minus 3. Right? 7 minus 3. So 7 minus 3 is how much? 7 minus 3. See here. 18 into this one. 18 into 7 plus into minus is minus. 7 minus 3 is 4. So 18 into 4. So that is nothing but 72. So LHS you get it as 72. Similarly, go to the RHS. RHS simple. What is this? 18 into 7. So 18 into 7 is nothing but how much? 126. And here 18 into minus 3, that is nothing but minus 54. 18 3 times 54. So 126 minus 54 is how much? 72. You call it as LHS is equal to RHS. LHS also you got it as 72. RHS is also you got it as 72. So that's why LHS equals to RHS. And this one, second one, you see, here you have equals to symbol here. So this is your LHS and this is your RHS. LHS should equal to RHS. Let us see. We'll verify it whether LHS is equal to RHS or not. So here, first we'll do this. This is in the bracket. Okay, this is in the bracket. We'll first check it. Now, this is into for even this and even for this. It is in the form of A into say x plus y. Then it becomes A into x plus A into y. Similarly, minus 21 into minus 4 plus minus 21 into minus 6. Okay, so you get it how much? The same thing, 210 and 210 when you do it, LHS and RHS. We have verified LHS equal to RHS. We'll go to the next one. We'll see. Here, the second question is like this. For any integer a, what is minus 1 into a? Minus 1 into a is nothing but minus a. Similarly, determine the integer whose product is minus 1 is 5. So, something into minus 1 you should get 5. That is nothing but you write down minus 5. Why? Because minus 5 into minus 1 is nothing but plus 5. Minus into minus plus, because it is asking you to get 5, positive 5. When you multiply something to minus 1, you should get plus 5. Means you have to multiply with minus 5. Minus 5 into minus 1 is plus 5. This is a simple question. Coming to the next one, find the products using suitable properties. So how are we going to get this? It is very simple. 28 into minus 48 plus minus 48 into minus 36. We'll see suitable properties, that is additive property, commutative property, associative property under, right, closure property of addition, subtraction, multiplication and dividend. All we did it in your 6th class, I believe, and you people remember it. Otherwise, go to the 6th class number system, integers chapter and just follow that video. You will come to know. Okay. Come back to this one. We'll see. We'll simply do it. Okay. Find the product. That is 26, this one, 48, this one. So here, 48 here is common and here is also common. So I'll take it 48 common. Remains what? 26 and this minus 36. So 26 plus of minus is plus into minus is minus. Therefore, 26 minus 36 is minus 10. So, 48 into minus 10 is nothing but, okay, 480. This minus into minus becomes plus and answer is 480. Similarly, you can do the other problem also. Example, if I take another one to explain, 625 into minus 35 plus minus 625 into 65. So what is the common there? Common is 625. In this also you have 625, and here also you have 625. So I'll take it common 625. Remains what? Minus 35, and this is minus 65. So it becomes 625 into minus 35 minus 65 is minus 100. Therefore 625 into minus 100 is minus 62,500. So you practice these kind of problems, automatically you can easily understand. If not, I'll explain again in our regular class. This is your 6th exercise given. Fill in the blanks, just go through it, you will come to know. Then coming to the 7th exercise. 7th exercise is very word problems are there, and it's somewhat interesting also. Let's see. In a class text containing 15 questions, the same kind of questions what we did it in some other exercise, earlier exercise rather. In a class test containing 15 questions, there is a test. In the question paper there are 15 questions. 4 marks are given for every correct answer. 4 marks is for correct answer, and minus 2 given for every incorrect answer. For minus 2 marks for incorrect answer, or you say wrong answers. First we'll see. Bharti attempt all questions, but only 9 answers are correct. We have to do it. Bharti is the name of a student. She has attempted only 9 answers correct. Remaining all she attempted. Okay, let's see. Here, if they don't attempt, what is the marks? What are the marks given? No, he has not given in the question. Let's see. We'll do in this way itself. So, Bharti scores 4 marks each for number of correct answers plus minus 2 for wrong answers. So, here 4 marks Bharti gets for correct answer, and minus 2 marks she will get it for wrong answers. So, how many questions she has attempted? She has attempted correct all questions. She has attempted all questions but done 9 answers correct. That is 9 into 4 marks. 9 4 times 36. 36 are marks she scored from correct and wrong. Out of 15, she did it 9 correct. So 15 minus 9 is 6. So she attempted 6 wrong. Wrong means minus 2. For each wrong answer, minus 2 marks are going to deduct. So 6 into 2 is 12. So that is nothing but out of 36, 12 is deducted. 36 for 9 correct answers and 12 for minus 12 for wrong answers. So 36 minus 12 are how many? 24. Similarly, next one is one of her friend Hema attempts only 5 questions and all are correct. What will be her total score? Hema attempted only 5 questions she has attempted, and all 5 questions are correct. So each question carries positive. Correct answers carries how many marks? 4 marks. So 5 4 is 20. So she scores only 20 because she has attempted only 5 and all 5 are correct. So each answer carries 4 marks. So 5 into 4 is 20. Therefore she scored only 20 marks. Let's come to the second question. Second question is like this. Why it is? Okay. Second question is like this. a cement company earns a profit of 9 per bag. A cement company earns a profit 9 per bag of white cement sold and loss of 5 per bag of grey cement sold. So again, this question, you please remember that question about basmati and non-basmati rice, profit and loss business. Question in earlier exercise. This is also similar one. Let's see. Here, not basmati, but it's a cement bag. So, a cement company earns rupees 9 profit on white cement bag and loss of rupees 5 on grey cement they sold. Okay, white cement profit is rupees 9 per bag and loss rupees 5 on grey cement bag. Let's see. So we'll see. First question is here. The company sells 7,000 bags of white cement. 7,000 bags of white cement and 6,000 bags of grey cement in a month. So first we have to write down the statements because this is a word problem. Whatever the question, first you think the question from full stop to full stop, paragraph to paragraph, and try to write down in steps. So first one, profit on 7,000 bags. White cement bags, how much, how many white cement bags they sold in a month? 7,000. So 7,000 into per bag is 9 is a profit. So 9 into 7,000 comes 63,000. Loss on grey, that is grey bags, how much they sold? 6,000 they sold grey bags. So for 6,000 each bag they got a loss of rupees 5. So 6,000 into 5 is 30,000. So profit is 63,000 and loss is 30,000. So now net profit or loss, let's see, that is nothing but 63 minus 30,000 comes to 33,000 positive, that is profit one. Second question, I'll just go for it. What is the number of white cement bags it must sell to have neither profit nor loss? So how many bags they should sell to get neither profit nor loss? Let's see. Loss, profit on white cement bags is equal to loss on a grey cement bags. So loss on grey cement bags are 5 into 5,400 is equal to 27,000. So number of white bags is nothing but how much? 3,000. So they should sell 3,000 bags of white cement and 5,400 bags of grey cement to get neither profit nor loss in their business. So this is your answer. Let's go to the next one. Let's see. Is there? Yes, we have certain questions here. This is the last one. We'll try to finish it off. This chapter. The temperature at 12 noon was 10 degrees centigrade above 0, that is plus, positive. It decreases at the rate of 2 degrees per hour until midnight. What time would temperature be 8 degrees below 0? Below 0, that is minus. What would be the temperature at midnight? Let's see. Statements, first you learn how to write the statements. If you learn how to write the statements, then you are going to understand much better. Temperature at noon, how much? 10 degrees, plus 10 degrees because it is above 0. Given temperature 8 degrees below 0 is how much? Minus 8. So below 0, 8 degrees centigrade below 0 is minus 8 degrees centigrade. So difference between the temperature is 10 minus of this minus 8. It becomes 18. Minus into minus plus. 10 plus 8 is 18 degrees. Time lasted how much? 18 divided by 2 is equal to 9 hours. From 12 to midnight. Okay, at 9 o'clock the temperature would be minus 8 degree. At midnight the temperature is nothing but minus 14 degrees centigrade. This easily you can do it. Let's go to the fourth one now. The fourth one is like this. In a class test, same kind of questions are repeating in the textbook. Okay, about scores, that is, this is integers, positive, negative integers. They have actually converted into word problems. That's why you get similar kind of problems. In a class, plus 3 marks given for every correct answer and minus 2 marks are given for every incorrect answer and no marks for no, and there are no marks for not attempting it. So here the first question is, Radhika scored 20 marks. If she got 12 correct answers, how many questions have she attempted incorrectly? Let us see. Radhika, how much she scored? 20 marks, that we have written. Number of correct answers, how much? 12. Given, she scored 12 correct answers. So how much she should get correct answers? Each correct answer she should get 3 marks. So 3 into 12 is how much? 36. So for correct answer she scored 36. But actual grand total score, she scored only 20. So how much minus? That is 20 means 18 you have to minus. So 18 means what? How many questions she did wrong? Each question minus 2 means 9 questions. Okay, so marks here of incorrect answers, that is 36 minus 20 is how much? 18. So number of incorrect answers, each wrong answer scores minus 2. That's why 18 divided by 2 is 9. Therefore she did 9 wrong answers. Okay, then coming to the next one, Mohini scores minus 5 marks in this test. Oh, Mohini scored minus 5 marks, though she got 7 correct answers. So Mohini got 7 correct answers. How many questions she attempted incorrectly? Let's see. 7 questions she did correct. So each question she get how much? 3. So 7 3s are 21. So marks, she should score 21 marks. But she scored minus 5. Okay. So minus 5. See here. 21 minus something is equal to minus 5. Okay, what is this minus 5? 21 minus something, you should get minus 5. How much? 26, right? So 26. So 26. Now these 26 marks are getting differ. For wrong answers, how many? Minus 2. So you divide this 26 by 2. It becomes 13. So here given in the same way, Mohini scores minus 5 total marks. Marks for correct answers, how many? 21, as we have mentioned here. The marks of incorrect is minus 5 minus 21 is minus 26. So number of incorrect answers are nothing but minus 26 divided by 2 is nothing but minus 13 is your answer. Now, hope this is the last question for this exercise, or you can say conclusion of this chapter. In this we have an elevator descends into a mine shaft at a rate of 6 meters per minute. If the descent starts from 10 meters above the ground level, how long will it take to reach minus 350 meters? It's very easy, very easy. Elevator descends into a mine shaft at a rate of 6 meters per. Descent means moving inside according to the question. So mine shaft is there, it's digging a mine, so it is moving inside 6 meters per minute. In 1 minute it is moving inside 6 meters. If the descent starts 10 meters above the ground level, if descent starts for 10 meters, how long it will take to reach minus 350 meters? Let's see, total length to be descent is minus 350 minus 10, that is minus 350 is right under the ground, and minus 10 meters is above the ground. So total how much? Minus 360 meters. So simply you have to divide with 6 meters per minute. So it comes 360 divided by 6 meters, that is nothing but 60 minutes. 60 minutes is nothing but 1 hour. So it has taken 1 hour to reach 350 meters down the ground. Hope you have finished this chapter, and instead of this, I'll do it problems on the board so that the next topic you can easily understand in the next video. Thank you. We have finished this chapter. Hope you people have understood it. Copy in your fair notes and send me through WhatsApp. And next lesson, for next chapter, please wait for a couple of days. Meanwhile, you practice these problems again and again and finish your work. Okay, thank you. Stay happy, stay healthy.